Okay, write an equation for the function graphed below. So this is tricky. So we want to go from equation, from graph, sorry, from graph. They give us the graph back to the equation. How do you do that? That seems like kind of a wild thing to be able to do. Well, it's in the notes. So I'm going to go take you here to the exam notes. Finding an equation from a graph showing the vertical asymptote, x-intercept, and y-intercept. So there's an example. And yeah, that's basically it right there. Let me bring that over for you. So here's the notes. What do the notes say we do? Step one, note the vertical asymptotes here and here, -1 and 3, and note the x-intercept, which is right here. So the first thing is to take note of those. So let's do that. So this right here is a vertical asymptote, and this right here is a vertical asymptote. Okay, and this right here and this right here are x-intercepts at 0 and at 2. Okay, so remember what we learned about writing the equation? It's y equals, and then the big old bar, and then we have and it's x minus x-intercept and x minus x-intercept, and on the bottom it's x minus vertical asymptote. Oops, let me make that better. Here I'll go VA vertical asymptote and x minus VA vertical asymptote. Now, and there's a k in the front, so it's y equals a little bit better. Y equals k in the front, so it's going to be parenthesis, 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 and it's going to be x minus, x minus, x minus, x minus, and on the top go the x-intercept 0 and 2. So 0 and 2, either order, doesn't matter. And on the bottom, the vertical asymptote, it's -3 and 5. Again, either order, -3 and 5. Okay, good. And now, how do we find the k? Because that's basically what we have left to do is find the k. Well, let's go back to the notes here. So we plugged in the stuff here. Find k by plugging in the y-intercept. Plugging in the y-intercept. Okay. Find k by plugging in the y-intercept. So what's the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept is this point, which is also the x-intercept. 0, 0 is the y-intercept and it's the x-intercept, isn't it? It's both. That's the point where the graph hits both the y-axis and the x-axis, doesn't it? It hits both axes right at the origin, right in the middle. 0, 0 is both the y-intercept and the x-intercept. So plug in the y-intercept, which is also the x-intercept, 0, 0, meaning x is 0, y is 0. Plug in y is 0, and then put in 0 for all these x spots. That's what it's saying in the notes here. Find k by plugging in the y-intercept, which happens to also be the x-intercept in our problem, 0, 0. So let's do that. What do we get when we do that? It becomes, this right here becomes 0 equals k times 0 minus 0. I'm plugging in 0 for x, and 0 minus 2 all over 0 minus a minus right there is plus 3, and 0 minus 5. See what I did there? I just figured out all these. We can solve this for k. Plugged in 0, 0. So we can solve for k. Oh no, this isn't going to work, is it? I just realized this isn't going to work because we're going to get, what we can get, 0 equals k times 0 times -2 over 3 times minus 5. Yeah, it's gonna right here, it's gonna vanish. Yeah, because do you see why it's not gonna work? Yeah, I don't want to waste too much time on this, but on the top, what is k times 0? 0 over minus 15. That just is 0 equals 0. K vanished. K vanished. Okay, so that's not going to work. Instead, remember what? Let me go back and let's look at the notes about horizontal asymptotes. Yeah, here, I'll put those in for you. So instead of doing that, that's not a good plan. Let's do the horizontal asymptote plan. That's easier. Remember what we learned about that? It's not that one. Is it that one? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, instead we can do the horizontal asymptote plan. Find k, it's equal to the horizontal asymptote. K is just equal to the horizontal. Do we know the horizontal asymptote? Oh yeah, there it is. Do you see it? Right here. This right here is the horizontal asymptote, which is 2. See this, the flat asymptote is 2. So that means the k must be 2. So we've got it. This is y equals 2. So we didn't need to do all that other fancy work. So times what? X, because x minus 0 is just x, times x minus 2, times x plus 3, because the double negative becomes positive, times x minus 5. There we go. So if they give you the horizontal asymptote, remember that that directly is your k. Because the horizontal asymptote, remember, is, if you look back at the notes, is a over b when the power on the top, which is x squared, and the power on the bottom, x squared, are tied. It's a over b, so that's going to be 2 over 1, the numbers in front. 2 over 1, 2. So the k is the horizontal asymptote when the equation's in this form. So there's our equation from the graph.